Okay, so I'm standing here with Karl Lentz, and am I saying it correctly?
Correct.
You are a proponent of sort of, I guess, what we call common law theory. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Now, I've been commissioned, essentially, to ask you the toughest questions I can think of and see if you can, play circles around me. Maybe you can. But there is a lot of skepticism in the libertarian community about some of these common law type claims and so forth. And I think the biggest objection I often run into is that there's not much video out there of these things being done. Judges getting their butts kicked legally in court by common law people. Why is that?
Nobody's asking to bring a common law video into the court. So, why would you... I just go for the results. I don't worry about all the drama or the photos. You see what I'm saying? I just go for the content, not the visual, I just go into court, I get the job done, I go home. I'm not there to... I'm not doing it for a spectacle. I'm not doing it for like a mission like that to try to show that the courts are corrupt or nothing. I'm not doing that.
Right. Do you have, I noticed, like, for instance, on your YouTube channel, you only have one video up, and there's not really much information that you've put out yourself about what you think should be done. I could not determine, after about an hour of looking around, exactly what you think, a person should do in court.
Well, a man or a woman, when they enter into the court, they better come into the court house with their court and their courtiers. They better not be coming into a courthouse in somebody else's case, or then they're going to be defined by the rules of the court in which they're entering into. Because when I bring my court to court, I'm going to have my court at the county court or at the federal court. I'm not going to be in the federal court, because to be in a court, you'd be bound by the elements of that court and the rules of that court. Like if we were going to meet at, would you rather meet me at that big tree, or would you rather meet me at that rock, or would you rather meet me in that rock? If we meet at the rock, it's not going to be too painful, but if we meet in the rock, then we're going to be considered an element of that rock, and we're going to be bound by the laws of physics or whatever law that court or that rock subscribes to. The rules of that court is going to be held within that rock. You see what I'm saying? We're going to meet at the rock, not in the rock. So we see these things like in the federal court or in the district court.
I can see why a judge might get frustrated hearing answers like this, because that just went over my head.
That's right. We put it in writing, and when we did that in New Brunswick and Queens Bench, the first thing the court clerk did is she circled the word at, crossed out the word at, and wrote the word in. They know exactly what I'm doing. There's a difference between in and at. I wrote a law dictionary, so I'll explain any word that you want to know. And,
in and at, how is that? I mean, it sounds a lot like the definition of is.
Okay, this is what we're doing when you walk into a court. Okay, these guys are basically word geeks. What you're doing is you're crossing words, like a crossword puzzle. Just because the word land fits in a crossword puzzle, 4 squares, and the word soil fits in, or dirt fits in, there's no such things as synonyms when you guys go to court. You guys are beyond sloppy, and you're beyond lazy. You guys have a lot of wonderful beliefs and a lot of wonderful theories, but you have no idea how you're structuring your case. And if you give them something that can be implied instead of expressed, they're going to take advantage of that, and they're going to run you over like a freight train.
Wait, I'm a little confused. Who's sloppy?
You folks.
Okay, like the libertarian community.
Everybody. 99%.
Everybody.
Everybody. They get sloppy. And these folks in the court system, they are word masters. They live, eat, and breathe this stuff since they've been kids. They're experts at words, terminology, verbiages, terms of art, and if you don't know exactly what a certain word means, like I just confused you between, oh, come on, let's give me a participation trophy because I said in instead of at. Oh, why do we have to be so grammatically correct? Why can't we just be sloppy and lazy and just, smoke some dope and hug each other? It don't work like that.
One question I had was, by the way, I appreciate you facing these difficult questions, which none of them you were, I haven't sent them to you in advance, so you're taking them all off the cuff, and I appreciate that. But one that I do have is,